Wonderful.
Oh,
Fantastic.
we tried, we tried. Oh, it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful. How early were we trying Marcia early?
Yes, we've been
Ever
trying.
long time since. And we've made it. Good
Yes.
evening.
Good evening, ma'am. And I
Good
want you to
evening. Good
go
evening to
right
you.
ahead.
Good
I don't
evening,
want you to
Zico.
miss any time of your time because we have such a tight show. So you go right ahead, and we want to hear every word you have to say tonight. Go right
Yes,
ahead,
please.
Auntie
Thank
Rose.
you. Again, I say thanks for the opportunity. And as I usually greet everyone, good evening, we loyal sons and daughters all, firm craftsmen of her faith. And we'll jump straight into it. My Marcia, I saw your caption, Dirty Water, Dirty Deals. And I'm
Mhm.
saying, along similar lines, I am presenting this evening. So, Dave, could we have that first clip? It's just over 1 minute, please. Thank you.
In the meantime, people, we're going to ask you to like and share. And remember, coming up later in the program, we're going to be talking about the hope houses. As we said, we're keeping the hope alive. We're keeping hope alive, all right? Because for the sake of the taxpayers, we have some important information for you. Go right ahead, Dave.
Yes, Dave.
The world is restless. There are wars. There's a President Trump. And even in the Southern Caribbean, there's saber rattling. And I may dare say, Prime Minister, even at home, there seems to be some, if we listen to the opposition leader, although I don't know whether it is a saber that he's rattling, or if it is indeed his hands that are shaking, followed by his cohort of individuals who go marching or walking or demonstrating almost every Saturday, yet complaining that there's no freedom of expression. They utilize the social media, they continue with their lies and carry their naked half-truths. And sometimes their slogans and their placards have a distinct, give a distinct appearance that there may be some sort of bipolarity in their issues. But, comrades, we must continue to face them. We have to face them. We have to respond to them. We have to replace the falsehoods and lies with the truth and with facts. And we as a party must continue to move
Let's
forward
stop there.
on our
Let's stop
mission to
there. In the
transform Barbados.
interest time, let's stop there. And there's no need for me to introduce the speaker, but somewhere in his acceptance speech for the highest award from the Barbados Labour Party, he could find space to speak about us, speaking, informing the public, misinforming the public, telling lies. I identify with the group that he has called cohorts, and I am pleased to be part of this group. I may get angry, I may speak angry words, but I do not tell lies. And I've never used this platform to misinform, to tell lies, to present naked half truths as it is being said here. So I have chosen to respond to the Honorable, Most Honorable Senator Walcott. I have no brief on his professionalism, given what I heard about his bio. He seems to be an accomplished physician and surgeon, and from what I gathered from his comrades at the law school, he was always intelligent and bright. But that does not mean that at a heightened moment that you should accuse others of whom you know are speaking the truths and attribute such statements to them. So, Dave, let us hear a little bit about that on that clip that I
that I
sent
sent
you.
you.
Liar the lion, he laughed till he sweat. He said, Mr. Depot, ain't say nothing yet. If you really want to hear about fishing, let me blow your mind. Now listen to something. When you're talking about fish, you just hit the spot. I was hoping you did believe it or not. The fish your father caught, to you it was great. But it's them small fish my father does use to bait. Lion went ahead on points in the show. Completely eliminated Mr. Depot. The next man to beat was really outrageous. He asked the judges if he could lie first. The judges asked Lion, the lion agreed. Say any topic will pick is alright with me. He outrageous, I strong, let we meet head on. And when we done, see who head fit to wear the crown. You hear lie? That is
That's
lie.
lie. You
Lie.
hear lie? Teacher
You
person
hear
said,
Teacher Pussy say
if you
If you
tell a
tell a
lie,
lie,
you're
you're
going to
going to
hell
hell
as
as
soon
soon
as you
as you
die.
die.
And I
And
couldn't help but bring out that bit of music. So let's look to see who's misinforming. I'm going to use my time quickly by reading to the script. So, Dave, let's see the PowerPoints that I've sent you because we have heard some lies and we have only been acting on the information. So who's misinforming whom? And I put that image to tell the honorable gentleman, shh, 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 before you expose yourself. Because tonight I am going to bring up some of those half-baked truths, the lies that you said this cohort here bring to the public week after week. So the next slide, Dave. And I have to lean forward. How much of the 2018 manifesto promises have been achieved? Next slide. Who's misinforming whom? How much of the 2018 manifesto promises have been achieved? Remember that they said that within the first 6 months after being elected, the urgent agenda mission titled Critical Policies and Action, our urgent agenda mission will, and I go back, may I see the screen? I go back to what I have always said, ensure a reliable and timely school bus service. And from September 2018, placing safety officers and buses and at places where students and young people congregate in large numbers. Were we misinforming Marcia and Zico when we presented that to the public? And with your permission, Marcia, I'm going to ask persons to put in the chat things that we would have said that they are calling lies. Next slide quickly. Have we misinformed? Are we misinforming, telling lies, feeding half-baked truths to the public when we shared and educated on the cybercrime bill, which they had to pull back, on the interception of communication bill, which they had to pull back, the escalation of crime and violence and the poor response to it by the AG? Are we telling lies? Are we telling lies about the peace program headed by the coordinator MP Corey Lane for the city and the sums of money paid out to the tune, last counting, $95,000 to questionable characters and with what kind of results to show. Marcia, Zico, are we telling lies? Are we misinforming? Next slide quickly. Are we misinforming the public when we sought to educate and share on the 500,000 government subvention through the ministry headed by Kirk Humphrey to the Barbados Alliance to End Homelessness headed by Kimar Safri? Was that a lie? Have we been lying when we spoke to the lack of transparency from Deputy Prime Minister Sancher Bradshaw over the receipt of a check of $7,500 from an individual who it is alleged receives contracts from the Deputy Prime Minister's ministry? And with the support from the Prime Minister on the floor in the lower house, she was told she does not have to respond to that. Are we misinforming, my fellow panelists? Let's look quickly at the next one. Are we misinforming the giveaway of prime crown land of the old General Hospital to the African Export Import Bank, a Fritzson bank, a profit making bank, and not a development bank, which they have misinformed us about and has sought to make us believe it is a development bank and not for a penny, not for a peppercorn rate. Have we been misinforming and marching based on untruths? Have we misinformed the spending of just under $5 million to transform the Oyster Bay Garden for the men's T20 World Cup? And this was shared by the chairman of the National Organizing Committee, Ambassador Noel Lynch. Were we lying? Were we lying when I went up there and saw that the bus stand is still rickety, to measure the tents and to see that most of the tents on the roadside by Kentucky are no longer there, not most, all? Were we misinforming, Marcia? Let's look at the next slide. I'm using my time quickly. Have we been misinforming about the lack of a budget for Carrie Festa? A lack of a budget for education reform? I was the one who asked at the town hall meeting at Dighton Griffith School to be told by the chairman then of the director of that process that they had no budget, and it made the VOB news the next morning. Are we misinforming when we're asking about the lack of a budget for Regathering 2025? Are we misinforming when we speak of the monies paid to consultants, the almost 30 million US dollars for the company that advised on Barbados' debt restructuring? Are we misinforming? Are we misinforming about the whole project mismanagement of funds? Over 60 million of taxpayers' dollars invested with few completed houses to show for it. And the investigation that Prime Minister Mia Mottley promised last year into the controversial project is still to happen. Are we misinforming? Marcia, I'm here. I don't like people lying on me. I have gotten beaten for telling lies as a child, and if my grandmother smell it in me, it got beaten out before it could be formed into a lie. Are we, next slide quickly, Dave? Are we misinforming? Who is misinforming whom? public concerns about delivery of healthcare services at QEH? Are we misinforming about the state of the roads? Are we misinforming about public transportation issues? Are we misinforming about what's happening within the education system? The constant closure, premature closure of schools, the rodent infested schools. Are we misinforming about the lack of preparedness every beginning of the school year? Schools not ready for being inhabited. Are we misinforming? Are we misinforming about what happened recently with the Wesley Hall School and the lack of preparedness for the children to be housed in alternative accommodation? Are we misinforming about the inadequate garbage collection, yet paying the high sewage tax? Are we misinforming about the water wars, particularly in St. Lucia? And that MP, Peter Phillips, had told the people previously to pay the bills. Don't listen to the dissenting voices that said don't. And now he's coming back because the pressure's on and because elections are around the corner. He's coming back now to tell the people they need an apology. They always throw someone under the bus. They always engage in gaslighting. And to tell the no, yes, the CEO should apologize. I don't think that was appropriate to be said. But yet, no, Peter Phillips, who has not spoken out or acted on behalf of the people, he told them to continue paying the bills. He was the one who told, I think, Kirk Humphrey, Minister Humphrey, and I don't know, I can't remember if his minister, deputy PM, acting as Speaker of the House or some committee. He told them they didn't have to respond to the leader of the opposition's query. And now he could come out and say that it's insensitive and inappropriate what the CEO, acting CEO, has said. Where was he ever said, shh, you're now misinforming the public? And I'm asking, and Marcia, this is just a few points that have come to mind in the short time that I have to share. But I'm asking the question, who is misinforming who? This particular administration has of misinforming, has the habit of packaging and repackaging untruths, promises not delivered, fooling the public. The latest thing, and I'm going to tell you that this has me incensed, and I'm wrapping up quickly. The Prime Minister at the regathering here, the opening, seeking to account for migration at the opening up of the partnership, the agreement between Belize, Dominica, Barbados, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. And this is the analogy she gives, and it angers me and it belittles us that St. Michael as a parish began migration in Barbados, where people from other parts of Barbados headed to St. Michael and stand back and tell the family from St. Lucia, St. George, wherever, come down to St. Michael, I'll find a spot for you. How trivial is that? Something as important, and my people lapping it up. You know why? Because this month it's going to be, according to the coordinator for St. Michael regathering, Kevin Carvalho, that there is going to be an event called Fetting from Sunrise to Sunset. So with all the fetting, you can trivialize information. You can work on the minds of the people. And that is how you explained to the public something as important of freedom of movement and migration. Are we stupid, Marcia? Are we a stupid people? No. There are still some of us. I choose to misinform the public in the manner that I do because everything I have brought to this platform or to any other platform is based on research. And we have had some very excellent research. Glenn Murray, Maxine McLean, um, Pastor Ferdinand, recently Apostle Canterbury, Mr. Strickland, Alvin Babb. We have had Help Me, Caswell Franklin in the past, Kima Strout in the past. Excellent. Hearing Zico. Zico brings a fresh analysis to the socio-economic issues in Barbados. And we have had people point out to me those, and I'm talking about the ones underground, not those from afar in the diaspora. And we have had other views when we brought in Corey Greenwich to talk about the interception of communication bill. Was that a lie? Were we misinforming? I associate with this platform based on the fact that I can identify with the truths and the research and information brought consistently and constantly to this show, and the opportunities we have to debunk fallacies. And you can hear that I'm not happy. Do not lie. And it ain't got no with Tisha Percy saying that if you lie, you're going to heaven as soon as you die. The Bible abhors liars. And do not lie on those of us who have the interest of the people. And whenever we step out informed. You mean that you could not accept your accolades, your award with the grace that it deserves. And I'm glad that they have recognized you in your life for your work and your input to their party. But do not lie. I do not engage in misinforming. I have never done it and I will not begin now. I could not let it get away. And as I ask those in the chat, could you put more things that we have misinformed the public on? The naked half truths that we have marched and on and presented to you.
Yes.
They are stretching this too far.
Too far.
Thank
Yes.
you, Marcia. Thank you, Zico.
Wow.
I
Well
shall
done.
go drink
Well
some
done.
water.
Well done.
Excellent.
Well done.
Excellent.
Excellent. And Miss, and listen, you were tight with the time.
Yep.
We still gave you some 26 minutes, but you delivered. Excellent work. Let
Thank
me hear
you.
Zico. Zico, give us before Mrs. Corbin, just give us a 2 minutes comment on that before we move to the next segment. Zico, go ahead.
Yes. First of all, I just want to commend you. Excellently done. Excellently done. As I know, people say the truth need no defense. The truth can stand by itself. But you even stating this here when he said that it's time for him to respond. I was going to ask, how is he going to respond by the same bills that he walked back that he was protesting against? How is he going to respond? He said it's time for him to respond. So I want to know how he was going to respond. And they're still waiting for it. Because as you said, the truth need no defense. And you stated it here today. We may tell a joke, but never a lie. And that's exactly what we did. Every single thing you pointed out. Every single thing you pointed out was a fact, not opinion. A fact. 100% fact. So excellently done. That's all I can say. Excellently done.
Yeah, and
Bow
really,
humbly.
listen, if that is what they're going to run on, because I see that same talk coming from the prime minister, and they put a clip together with her speaking against this group, and it seems like that is part of the election campaigning loyal opposition. So what this tells me is that the next time that we go out on the street, loyal opposition, that our we need to be showcasing and reminding people of all the lies. Our placards, our everything need to be about the lies from 2018 till now. We need to, all of that, we're going to sink it home, people. I believe, and I think that this is good. Somebody said, "Oh, don't focus on them. Leave them alone. Say nothing. Don't forget about Jerome." No, that's not that. I want Barbadians to understand something. This is exactly what happened to the DLP. You know, guys, Mrs. Corbin, they labeled the DLP, and they said, "Oh, we're bigger than that. We know what we've accomplished." They didn't just label the DLP, but we showed you on this show that Mayor Motley and the BLP lied to you about the DLP. Lied. The facts are there. But you know what? The DLP didn't do anything at that time. And it stuck. It ain't sticking over here. It ain't sticking over here. So those of you who are saying in the chat, Mrs. Corbin should have left it alone, you are wrong. You are dead wrong. This is not the age. We ain't doing it. None of us on this show running for an office. We have nothing to protect. Do you understand? But the truth. Miss Corbin, Auntie Rose, I hope you don't mind me calling you Auntie Rose. Auntie Rose, give us your final comment. As I told you, we have a tight ship tonight. Give us in half a minute. Go ahead, ma'am.
Um, I'm just overwhelmed. Just pardon me. Thanks for your opportunity, Marcia. And as we step into our independence, that's another lie. They confused us about independence and Republic Day. They confused us, and there was the pushback coming from this side. Tell us there was the pushback until they had to come back. And even now, I do not believe Mr. Abrams, because the half-baked announcement he made here concerning about what will happen this year, will it continue to be? It was a deliberate act on their part to put the two together, a deliberate act to gradually erase Independence Day and bring in the new thing. You remember that Liz Thompson at the St. James North platform at Haywards. I heard her, not Haywards down there by wherever. I heard her that they are creating a legacy called Mia Motley. And because of that, they are playing with people's minds. They are making us believe that only the truth comes from them. But I say, like the leader of opposition from this side, Marcia, let us continue to give the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And Marcia, if I cannot adequately prepare to come to present on your show, do excuse me as you have done when I say I am not ready. I don't have enough time to research and to prepare. And that is what I respect about you. And I do hope that all others who come on this show will act with integrity. I speak of Maxine McLean. I speak of Glenn. I speak of Pastor Ferdinand Nichols. I speak when I say Glenn Murray, pardon me, I speak of Mr. Caswell Franklin, whom we shared the platform with, and with Kima Stewart. I speak of those persons you have brought, even those who who came to share factually from the Democratic Labor Party. Why don't they from the other side, instead of hiding behind their tents, hiding behind their political platforms, and hiding on the floor of Parliament, under the privilege of Parliament, and continue to throw big rocks over at the innocent like
Yes.
ourselves?